Alright, so I've been rewatching Overlord. Probably for like the 16th, 17th, 18th time. I don't know. All I know is that What If scenario dropped. I haven't read that yet, so they got me hyped. The new volume should be coming out soon from the rumors we've heard, but it's Christmas today and I ain't seen nothing else drop as of right now. So yeah, so I just been biding my time rewatching the show, rereading volumes of the light novel. But that isn't what this is gonna be about. When I was rewatching season 1 of Overlord, episode 10, I saw a certain individual take an attack from a vampire and his head did not explode. He just kind of flew back like he just was one of the coolest dudes in the room. Like he just walked like his shit didn't stink. So I'm like, who is this guy? Why haven't I thought about this in the first place? I mean, every time I saw Sebas attack someone, their head exploded. Kokadis attacked someone in the New World and it was chopped to pieces. So how come when it was Shaltir, the strongest floor guardian, mind you, he just blocks the attack and doesn't appear to be injured at all? So I did what any sensible American would do. I just went and grabbed my gun. I'm sorry, I didn't grab a gun. I went to the Wikia, where all knowledge is right and nothing is wrong. I mean, unless you want to edit something and prank people on YouTube, you know, the good shit. But the captain of the Sunlight Scripture, no, the captain of the Black Scripture, fuck the Sunlight Scripture, I swiped them out immediately. So the captain of the Black Scripture is the guy holding the spear with the long black hair and the red eyes, you know, the pretty boy. He's kind of feminine, but he's very handsome nonetheless. Now, what we know about this cat is that he's younger than 20, so he actually wears a mask to make himself appear older, just so people won't impede with like his job, because what the 6 great gods did in the Slain Theocracy is you're not an adult until you're 20. So he's younger than 20, so he really shouldn't be doing all these jobs, even though he's as powerful as he is. Hey, that's the law, and their gods made this law. So you see how they treat fucking undead in their country. Anything goes, right? So what they say is law. He's a very dutiful and serious dude, but he really enjoys his free time. So when he came back from his mission, he was kind of mad that he didn't have any free time, because he was pretty upset about that. But ever since he met Shaltir and losing to her, although I would say not dying and coming back with his head intact is a win, it's a very good scenario for him, but he doesn't know that. But he became very upright and honest afterward. So right now, our good-looking, black-haired, red-eyed, pretty boy is attending matchmaking sessions. Yes, matchmaking sessions. And unlike you, yes you, the guy watching this video or listening to this video because you're cleaning your room or you fell asleep and you just so happen to get this video recommended to you, he's not making a harem, okay? He wants to keep the bloodline pure for his godkins. Only the best of the best women will get to him, okay? He takes this very seriously, okay? And I just know any skank like you people will. I know exactly what you perverts are thinking. I get transported to another world, I'm creating me a fucking harem. Not him, okay? He takes this very seriously because he has the blood of the godkins running through his veins. And he's not just gonna give that to any old hoe, okay? Now, being a godkin, that's pretty interesting to me. It actually means that the players that came to the New World before Ainz, they had kids, they got down like you and me would, you know. But the most intriguing part about it is that like their descendants are powerful too, like way powerful compared to the average person in the New World. They seem to be, I don't know, damn near perfect in every way. Minus when they meet Nazarick, but still, that's what the descendants of the Godkin are. And his country wants him to have more kids so they can make more Godkin. And I can tell you right now, if he makes more Godkin, they'll probably be on par with the 13 heroes. Although, since there's only 2 of them as of right now, I don't think every child they have or everyone in their generation becomes as strong as he is or Zeshi is. So there's that. So it'd probably be like a eye color in a family. Like it'll skip a generation and it'll come to this generation. You know, something similar to that. But the first time that he is ever mentioned, him and Zeshi are ever mentioned, is in the Dark Warrior arc. And that is when Momon was fighting Clementine. And she compared his strength second only to the Captain of the Black Scripture and Zeshi. Now, this is clearly, how do I word this? I'm saying, it is clearly just Clementine. She's probably was so weak she couldn't fathom like their true abilities, because Ainz wasn't using perfect warrior, so he wasn't a level 100 warrior. In fact, he was around a level 33 at the time. But the way that these Godkin have been described, they have been described to be like way stronger than a level 33 warrior. They're probably like on the same level as Evil Eye, or if not stronger. So she compared him to both of them, but like I said, gotta know he wasn't using perfect warrior. Then we actually see him in a bloody Valkyrie arc. After Shalltear fucking, man, feels so bad for Brain. Can you just imagine training your whole fucking life to take out one person? This little short ass pretty girl walks up and stops your ultimate attack with one fucking hand? Man, I bet he just was shitting and pissing while he ran away all night. Only God knows what else happened to him fucking pants that night. Probably had to change like 6 pairs even after he fucking met Gazarth back in the kingdom. Yeah, but after Shalltear fucking mind broke him, went out to the woods, well, left the cavern, saw Britta, lost her cool because she's like, okay, I'm fucking up my master's plan. I want my vampire brides go out here into these woods and see what's going on. They get destroyed. She sprints out like a fucking mad lad she is, and she looks at this man and says, he's strong. Now that's when I knew. I'm like, damn, okay. I'm like, well, he finna die anyway. She swings and he just blocks it like he just a G. My man blocked the attack, slides back with the ease, and isn't even hurt. So I'm like, this guy has to be pretty powerful if he just blocked Shalltear's attack like that. And he's not even injured. And when he saw her, he already knew she was more powerful than him, because he immediately told the old hag, I don't remember her name. I think it was Kari or something, Lady Car, something like that. Told the old hag, use the world item we have. If it wasn't for Shalltear attacking her, the world item would have took its full effect on her, which I'm glad it didn't. I mean, it affected her, but it didn't give her the full effect since she stopped it like midway through. So it pretty much just put Shalltear in a neutral state. She's not aligned on anyone anymore. So after they do that, 2 of their members die. Lady Kari is injured. He orders the retreat. He's like, alright, we gotta cut our losses. We gotta leave. So there's no point in fighting this powerful undead. So after he retreat back to his country, he lets his higher ups know, alright, 2 people died, she's injured, we used the world item, there's a powerful undead out there, and we need to be wary of someone whoever's gonna kill this fucking undead. We need to look out for them, okay? So he does that. Right after that, he goes and meet the other Godkin. Strongest bitch in the Slaying Theocracy, Zeshi. Now, this is when she was playing with the Rubik's Cube, the fucking thing everyone was talking about. It like, oh yeah, the fact that they got a Rubik's Cube there, that means the 6 great gods had to be people from Earth, right? So he tells her about the disappearance of the Black Scripture, and he's like, yeah, Ainz Ooal Gown did that. And he didn't leave a corpse behind. But Zeshi didn't give a damn about that. She was like, who's more powerful? Me or this vampire you just fought? And he was like, you, of course. Now, there's 2 main reasons why he tells Zeshi that she is more powerful than Shalltear. P.S. Shalltear's strongest floor guardian. Yeah, if you didn't know. Yeah, just keep that in mind. 2 reasons why he tells her that, actually. First reason is the reason I came to, clearly. He did not see Shalltear in her full potential. She didn't have any armor, or spirit lance, or nothing. He just saw her when she showed up, looking at the little lamprey she is, and she swung at him once. He didn't see what Iron saw. He didn't see what PDL saw. He just saw that, and he was like, it's time to go. And the second reason is, because Zessie, she's a fucking pervert, okay? Not a pervert like you. She doesn't peek in female bathrooms. She doesn't fucking expose herself to people, okay? She's a pervert for strong people. If someone was come along that's more powerful than her and defeats her in battle, she would clearly let them bang and she'll have their babies. So he's pretty much worried about her allegiance right about now. So if someone comes along that's more powerful than her, she'll just fucking flip sides instantly. You know, good for her. Nazarik's here, and I'm pretty sure all the floor guardians, all the area guardians are more powerful than her. And we're not going to bring Rubedio up into this situation, because I doubt anyone in the new world can touch that crazy bitch. Yeah, he's the captain of the Black Scripture, which means obviously he has a bunch of duties to attend to. It's actually revealed that he revives the dead members. So like he knows, so if he knows revival magic, there's like another person that knows revival magic besides Lacreus on the Blue Rose. So there's 2 people right there who has revival magic besides Irons, and I think that's pretty neat. You know, someone other than Irons who has revival magic might be useful in the future for Irons. Maybe he doesn't want to use his fucking wand of resurrection anymore. Maybe he fucking wipes his mind and just makes him a reviving machine. That's all you'll be good for in Nazaret. He also holds training and conduct experiments with his team with the Black Scripture. You know, the thing about him that I was shocked about, like, since he's so young, I wasn't expecting the Black Scripture to actually take orders from him. I was expecting him to be like captain in name only, just because he's one of the Godkin, but someone else actually fucking gives orders out of the cut. But no, they actually listened to him. He clearly knew what was going on. He knew that Shalltear was stronger than them. He knew that they had to retreat. So it says something about his leadership abilities. And another thing, a testament to his strength, is that when Shalltear saw him, once again, she said he's strong, and she compared him to Solution, and she said he's stronger than Solution. Now, Solution is one of the Pleiades, and I'm pretty sure she's like level 56, 55, something like that. So if he's stronger than her, he has to be at least level 60 or some shit like that, right? But keep in mind, the Pleiades weren't made for one-on-ones. They were simply made to work together in a group and hold the people off on the 8th floor until all the guild members get their equipment ready and get Victim out to enact their plan, which actually works and prevented the fucking raid of 1,500 players into Nazareth from completing. Okay, it's actually a pretty good knowledge you can know about that. A good testament to his willpower is, unlike Brain, who fucking lost his cool and lost his shit and just ran away like the cry baby sissy he is, he didn't lose his cool. His spirit just stayed the same after he got attacked by this strong ass vampire. He's like, okay, I got hit. 2 of my teammates are dead, 1 is injured. It's time for us to cut our losses and let's go. But one of the biggest things I noticed about him, as well as Zeshin, came from Raymond. He was one of the 3rd seats of the Black Scripture. He said the Godkins should be able to deal with an army of Death Knights and Soul Eaters. Keyword should be. Now, Death Knights and Soul Eaters are said to destroy countries on their own because they're legendary undead. I mean, as you're seeing, fucking Flounder, I can't even pronounce his name. I gotta hear it in English so I can pronounce his name the correct way. I don't want to butcher it, but the mage from the Empire, Jerkneve's grandpa, who he disowned now. But the mage from the Empire went through all this work just so he can subdue 1 Death Knight. and he still wasn't able to kill it, even though he wanted a test on it. And this guy said they should be able to deal with an army of Death Knights and Soul Eaters. The key word in this scenario is should be. Now keep that in mind. He said should be. He didn't say they can. But even then, even if they can, Irons has fucking thousands of Death Knights at his disposal, as well as goblins and all these other monsters inside Nazareth that I doubt that they can handle in a one-on-one, in a 1-on-10,000 fight. So that's that. And one of the things that I actually didn't know before actually reading on the Wikia to see if I could find anything about him was, according to the author, that the captain of the Black Scripture, he has more base levels than every counselor of the Argland Council state, except PDL. Now, it doesn't mean he can beat them, because I know if I'm level, if you're, well, I'm not gonna put myself in a position. If you're a level 95 and I'm a level 100, and you have better equipment, better skills, and like you display, like you distribute your stats the correct way in the build you were going for, not just a puff level 100, you're gonna beat me in a fight. Like, in that terms, levels doesn't matter. And he said he beats them in base levels. So that means, say one of the Dragon Lords are level 50, I can be a level 52 and I beat him in his base levels. But it doesn't mean I can beat him in a fight. But I like how they actually called out the only counselors he actually has more levels than are the Blue Sky Dragon Lord, the Diamond Dragon Lord, the Obsidian Dragon Lord, and the Worm Dragon Lord. Now, I don't know if there's anything special about any of these Dragon Lords in particular besides PDL. I don't know if I was told that some of the Dragon Lords nowadays can't use wild magic anymore. I know PDL can, but they also said his wild magic isn't as strong as his dad's wild magic, so keep that in mind. Also, a little spoilers coming up regarding the what if scenario when Irons came to the New World 200 years earlier. So in that scenario, he fights a Dragon Lord, but wild magic did not work on him because he had a world-class item. Now keep in mind, his world-class items, most likely all other players who came there had a world-class item too. Meaning that their wild magic didn't work on them, which is why PDL thinks players are evil, because his wild magic doesn't work on them. And which is why in the past the 6 great gods, or no, not 6 great gods, it was actually the 8 greed kings, they had an easy time of dispatching the Dragon Lords because they had world items. But they eventually, get into it and they kill each other. And PDL goes to their Sky Fortress and just takes over all of their equipment to keep it out of the wrong hands, so no one else can fucking pretty much stand up to the other Dragon Lords. Now, what I'm getting at with that is, I know I was off topic for a moment, is the fact that the 6 great gods, they are confirmed to be players. We have seen that they have a world-class item in their possession. Now, what if they're like Irons and they don't like letting all their equipment leave out? What if they have more than one world-class item? So that means, theoretically, he can have a world-class item in his possession and a Dragon Lord will not be able to use their wild magic against him, severely nerfing them and giving him the upper hand in their fight. Meaning, he can most likely beat the Dragon Lords he out-leveled. Keep in mind, it's just conjecture I made up on the spot, so it really doesn't mean anything. Now, if you want to get into his armor and stuff, his armor is honestly nothing special as of right now. There hasn't been anything stated like special about his armor or anything. It's just normal looking armor. Just looks like holy armor. Like it protects him against undeads instead of slain theocracy. That's all I can guess about it. But the most intriguing thing I like is actually his raggedy ass spear he holds. Now, I'm gonna equate this spear to the robes Irons wore when he fought Shalltear. Keep in mind, when he fought Shalltear, those robes looked dingy as fuck, but they protected him against holy attacks. So this spear might look raggedy as fuck, but this bitch might have some unknown power. It's probably a weapon from Yggdrasil that he just possesses. We know for a fact that he's the second strongest out of the Black Scripture, behind Zeshy, most likely the second strongest in the whole Slain Theocracy. I feel like if he was to go up against Nazarick, even if he went up against Nabe or any one of the Pleiades, I feel like he'll lose, or he'll barely win, cause he's a godkin and he probably had easy. He was probably similar to the beings of Nazarick, where they had easy fights their whole life. Then they finally meet someone tough. They don't really know how to fucking act. So I feel like if he was to meet someone tough, he would actually like get his ass whooped pretty quickly. So I just hope in the next volume he actually hit the Slain Theocracy, since in the Wood Elf scenario they touched on the Dragon Lords a little bit. And remember, Iron said, whoever brainwashed Shaltir, I'm gonna pay them back double or tenfold, whatever translation you read. He promised to pay them back. So do you guys feel like that would be more of an end game question, fighting the Slain Theocracy, or is it like a good time for the author to go ahead and let Iron steamroll this country? Because we already control the Erestes kingdom. The Empire's a fucking council state of us now. I don't even remember the correct term for it. Empire's already under Irons. We just destroyed the Holy Kingdom. The South Holy Kingdom, they're nothing to be worried about. We already got our doppelganger prince inside their country anyway, making the calls for Nazarick. So all we got left is the Elf Kingdom, or the Dark Elf Kingdom, the Slain Theocracy, and the Argolin Council State. So we got dragons, elves, and more people who fight against undead. Yeah, no, that's pretty much all we know about this fellow. He seems pretty cool, pretty powerful. Ever since Shaltir fucking threw hands with him, he learned to be more humble. So it's good on him. So now if he was actually running against someone who's stronger than him, he won't overestimate his powers. I'm just waiting for them to finally confront Nazarick, or the Sorcerer's Kingdom. I'm waiting for them to finally confront them. There's no way they're just gonna sit there and let this fucking country of undead continue to expand their power. I feel like something big is about to pop off, and I feel like he's gonna have to be a part of it. He's the captain, second strongest, until he meets the beings of Nazarick. Then he ain't shit. Well, that's all. Peace out. Have a nice day.